All right, lesson 30. What is the least common multiple of 3 and 4? Yes. There should be some on my desk. You can grab one. Yes, Piper. Okay, hold on. All right. We do. Least common multiple. So hold on. No, I thought you had a question. Okay, you guys, we are going to do these similar to how we do GCF, okay? Now, GCF is always what's in common, okay? LCM is going to be all of these things. 3 is already a prime number. So we do upside down division to get to prime numbers, but 3 is prime. So that one's good to go. 4, though, is not prime because Piper, what prime number goes into 4? Okay, so I'm going to make this a 2 times 2. So for LCM, one of these numbers represents 3, circles. One of the circles represents 3, and the other one represents 4. They have no prime numbers in common, so nothing goes in the middle on this one. So 3 is just 3, and 4 is 2 times 2. Okay, and then LCM, for the least common multiple, you're actually taking the most of each prime number. We want all of this circle and all of this circle. That's 3 times 2 times 2, which is 12. Okay, some of these I'm sure you can do in your head. The least common multiple of 3 and 4, it's the smallest number they both divide evenly into. But I want you to practice the Venn diagrams for when we give you ginormous numbers that are much harder to do in your head, okay? So practice the circles, the Venn diagrams, to make sure you get them. What is the LCM of 2 and 4? All right, so we're going to draw our circles. One of these represents 2, and one of them represents 4. All right, 2 is already prime. We don't have to do upside down division. It's just 2. And then 4 is 2 times 2. So actually, this 2 we don't want to put here, okay? Because they have one of these in common. I only want to write it one time in the shared box, okay? So 2 is already in here, and then 4 needs one more 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. And then the LCM is everything in both circles, which is 2 times 2, which is 4. That is the smallest number that 2 and 4 both go into. All right, 6 and 8. The LCM of 6 and 8. So I'm going to draw my 2 circles. All right, one of them should be 6, one of them should be 8. These are both not prime numbers, so I have to do upside down division. Now, some of you guys are confused about upside down division. You only divide by prime numbers, and you start with 2, and you do 2 as many times as you can, and then you do 3, and you do 3 as many times as you can. And what's the next prime number? 5, and then you do 5 as many times as you can, and then 7, and then 11. We don't usually get to those prime numbers. Yeah. So I'm going to divide this by 2, which is 3. And I'm going to divide this by 2, which is 4. And I can still divide again by 2, which is 2. Okay, so 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, right? That is 8, 2 times 2 times 2. And 6 is 2 times 3, so it's broken down into prime numbers. Now we have to put what's in common in the middle. Yes. Okay, they have a 2 in common. That would be the GCF right there. What goes here? 3, because this represents 6. 2 times 3 is 6. What goes here? 2 2s, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Okay, and then my final answer for least common multiple is everything in here. 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. This is 8 times 3, which is 24. That is the smallest number that 8 and 6 both go into. All right. Reciprocals are 2 numbers whose product is 1. Yes. Reciprocals are two numbers whose product is 1. Hold on. Write this down first. I'll give you a little example. So 7/8, wait till after we're done with this one, times 8/7. 7/8 times 8/7. Notice they're just flipped fractions. Everybody see how 7/8 and 8/7 are just flipped, right? If you did multiply straight across, even though I could cross cancel, I'm just going to show you. If I multiplied straight across, I would get 56 over 56, which is 1, okay? So these two are reciprocals of each other, okay? So this is asking how many 2/3 are in 1. So 2/3 times what is equal to 1? And the answer is always its reciprocal, 3/2. Okay, what number goes into the box to make the equation true? Sasha, what do you think for this one?
I think,
Hold on. Benny, what do you think for this one? Yes, 6/5, okay? It's just the opposite. That's it. It's just the flip. Because this would be 30 over 30, which is 1. All right? So everyone, what goes in this box? 8/7, because it'd be 56 over 56, which is 1. So yes, you're just flipping the fraction. Sasha.
so the number would mean that all fractions that enter a fraction that you put on reciprocals.
Yes. What is the reciprocal of 5? This one's kind of tricky. Okay, the number 5 is really over what that you don't see? 1. So what's the reciprocal? 1/5. Okay. All right, let's try some whiteboards.